Hello, today we have another episode of relationships. It deals this time with holidays. And you will ask yourself, what has holidays to do with relationship? Well, a whole bunch. Because holidays is always a thing of family gathering by tradition. Is it always good? Not always. And it can take a toll on a relationship. Because in the holidays we think we are obligated to fulfill what we did year for year and year. And sometimes it didn't feel really comfortable. There is her parents, there's his parents, there is the grandparents. And sometimes everybody wants a piece of it. And so sometimes there's a decision made that one is the host of all the families. As we know, everybody tries to get along on the holidays. So everybody goes together. And sometimes there is this very slight and almost not touchable tensions. And is it what the holidays is about? Not really. The holidays is to celebrate and to make sure that we feel at peace. Peace is very important. Our inner peace, the peace in our relationship. So why don't we rethink it sometimes and says, what we're gonna do? Yeah, what we're gonna do. Sit together and discuss it. What is what serves us, our family, or our relationship? Some relationships, the kids are already out of the house. Some relationships, you have smaller kids and says, why don't we make it a gathering and invite those who we feel comfortable with and they feel comfortable with us. They accelerate our celebration and not put a dim on it. I know that we are always have this little feeling of guilt if we can please everybody. Forget it. We cannot please everybody. We can't. And we should not even try because it makes us frustrated. It makes us tense. It makes us sometimes even a little bit miserable. That is not what the holidays is about. The holidays is about comfort. Comfort within us and with the people around us. I had it with many clients when after the holidays they reported in and said, how the holidays were. And I was asking myself how I'm going to tell them the best way to make it different next year. Because we go in a modus of tradition, in a modus of pleasing, in a modus of guilt if we don't try to please. And that can take a toll on a relationship, believe it or not. I had many cases where, okay, in the holidays we eat and we drink. And some people drink a little bit more than others, as we know. And then their mouth becomes really loose and there will be some statements made. They might be not so pleasant or hurtful, and the person was third or fourth or fifth shot didn't care what to say. And that carries on not only on the holiday, that carries on for quite a while. And it messes up the harmony that holidays should have, the impact holidays should have on us. So look at your relationship, sit down with your partner, with your husband, with your wife, and say, how are we going to do it this time different? The other thing is too, there's expectations we have on ourselves because we think others have expectations on us. And it is this way. Let's say there is a family gathering with both in-laws and sisters and kids and everything. Can you imagine buying presents for all of them, what we feel obligated because they probably have presents for us? That takes another toll financially on us and also, of course, on the relationship. So there's two solutions to that. If and should, and I hope, the two families get together and the in-laws and everything, and they get along, which would be beautiful and have a blast, just say, let's do it this year different. Just wait one little present for one of us. Make it kind of a surprise present. And if possible, or even set a limit. Say, the present is not more than 20, 50, whatever you decide suits your credit card because of many people. Let's just do it and make it thoughtful. Not make it a quality and one outdo the other or try to outdo the other with the present. Make it pleasant with the present. Say, hey, why don't we do this year this way, this way, this way? What do you think about it? And that can be very much fun. Surprise presents, things people don't expect, maybe even something fun, and where you put the emphasis on the gathering more than making rich retailers richer by buying so many presents. And that has all to do with the relationship. Make sense? Well, put it this way. Number one, if you around people that get along and you get along with them and you feel welcome and they welcome you and they welcome each other, there's a completely different atmosphere, unless somebody says, okay, we have to go to them, okay, we have to do it for the kids, we have to do it for this and that. There's already this negative narrative we feed ourselves. Well, we have to go, let's do it, let's get it over with. It doesn't sound very enthusiastic. Where, oh man, I'm really happy when we're all together and, we had a blast. Or we'll have a blast, we make some games or some music or dance or whatever you feel the celebration needs to be pleasant and a pleasant memory. And when you can talk in general and says, remember when we were all together, this and this, and you start laughing and having a good time. That's a positive impact on the relationship. Where when you say, well, Uncle Jim, he really drank too much again and he ran his mouth and he really shouldn't said that about you or about my mom or about this and that. That has this little bitter thing where the celebration is not as positive even days or even weeks after. I had experience with clients where there was a celebration of a holiday, and it ended really, really up badly because within that short period of time, this 2-3 hours, the family was together, to split up in 3 groups, going at each other, and sadly, about 4 months later, that couple filed for divorce. That shouldn't be it. We were able to fix it for one simple reason. It had nothing to do with the couple. That couple just were in the middle of it and tried to take sides, which is wrong. They should take in their side. And when we got to that point where they saw they had to take their side and not sides and fight each other to filing for divorce, which, thanks God, was withdrawn. That is not what holidays is about. And that's why everything I said so far is very important to consider in the holidays. Number one, Go only where you're really welcome. Go only where you know people get along. Go only know when you know for yourself. Go only there where you and your partner feel comfortable around. Because that's what holiday is about. Peace, comfort, and celebration. And not tensions. And saying that, happy holidays to you all.